All right, let's pick up where we left off, discussing who made who, Klay or Megg.
Thompson, they assume the world don't know about Klay Thompson. Point and laugh.
Multiple NBA championships. And we're talking about two hoes, straight up Jezzies, Dots, Bops. Nobody cares. No man who saw Klay Thompson or Stephon Diggs with Megg Thee Stallion and Cardi B said, oh my God, shout out to those brothers, respect. We all laughed at them. Every single man laughed at them. We're all asking ourselves, why are they with these hoes? That's what we said. Only women are praising this. Because women, you guys are so idiotic. You think, oh my God, yes, our favorite two hoes are getting cuffed. We don't think like that as men. We're saying, yo, why are two smart, educated, attractive men going on with these two hoes that's been around with everybody?
And as I said yesterday, women supported this. As I said in the previous videos,
women support the type of delusion that I can do whatever I want to do in life, and none of us can do whatever we want to do without consequence. Even men can't do whatever they want to do without consequence. There's some type of financial consequence for sleeping around. But for women, since you guys don't support us like that, your reputation need to be intact. I'm sorry to say, right? So you can't say, well, I'm going to be a hoe, a public hoe, or a thought first. Then I'm going to be a wife later. Nah, it don't work like that. Once that toothpaste is out of the tube, really, for the most part, it's hard to live down a promiscuous reputation, especially for a man of high standard that wants a woman beside him that's exclusive, right? That a whole bunch of niggas ain't seen naked and can't just go online and see her naked, right? He want an exclusive partner. A king want his queen exclusive, right? So you may not even be married, thinking about being married right now, but you sullying your reputation if you are behaving like, a lot of what Megg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, even Nicki Minaj, Glorilla, Sexy Red. If you living like what they promoting in their songs, bear in mind they rich and you not. And so they got a better situation, but they still can't keep a man. But if you living like what they promote in their songs, if you thinking that you can post distasteful, over-sexualized material, even if it's just, verbal, and it's not going to come back to bite you, you mistaken. If you thinking you can do OnlyFans for a little bit, make a little money, and then a good man later on is going to respect that, you mistaken. You're not totally mistaken. Somebody will take it. But what's happening is now you're going to get the bottom of the totem pole men that will take that deal. The type of man you want won't take that deal. That's the mismatch. The type of man that you're going to want when you're ready to get married is going to look at that and be like, I can't do it. I can't go and take you around my family and, known as, the WAP girl, or, people can go online and find you, having sex, twosome and threesome with other men. I can't marry you. You can be the work, we can have fun on the side, but once I bring you to the prom, right, and claim you as my girl, if I'm a man of status, that's going to bring my status down. Like this brother said right here, we looking like, man, you could do so much better. You going to get with the pass around? You going to buy the used car for the new price? I mean, damn, bro. As high as you are, your queen needs to be exclusive. Right? And so this is what these women don't understand about sexual liberation. It still got to come with discipline. And when you undisciplined, mix that with social media cameras, getting likes, steady putting out more content, you aren't able to erase this past. And it doesn't come back in favor for you. Like I mentioned earlier in another tape, back in the 90s, women that had a poor reputation with men would be able to go a few towns over and hit the reset button, right? And only if somebody in that new town knew somebody back in that old town and they knew her reputation would it get back, right? Now, your vanity and people online are encouraging you to post more. You're posting more private stuff, more sexy stuff, getting more likes. So it's pulling you down this web of sharing too much. Sharing too much sexually, all this other stuff. And this is going on your resume. So then when you do meet the man that you want to be with, he pulling up your facts. He pulling up your Carfax. He pulling up your history. And let's say you're not even on there doing nothing sexual, but what you say out your mouth is slick. You saying all that sheer sprinkle shit. The nigga gonna be like, no, I'm gonna kick it with homegirl for right now, but long term, that's not who I want. That perception is ruined for me because of her mouth, her behavior. I don't want my kids seeing their mother acting and talking like that. It's the reality.
And supported this because it's showing them, look, we can live a promiscuous lifestyle and still get treated like a wife. And when Klay and Stefan said, no, you can't, they're triggered, they're mad. This is exactly why they're mad.
Anything they want, but instead they're gonna settle and lower their value for these two hoes. And you just said it, they got more money. We don't care about no status. No rich man cares about a woman with status. Once you got money, what do you need a woman's status for? That's why I say these women are delusional. They're dumb. They're literally dumb.
Facts,
you can't
facts.
argue with them. That's why you don't argue with a woman. You just let her move on. Gentlemen, stay away from these type of idiotic women. Any woman you see is upset about the Megg and Klay situation. Any woman that's upset about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, she's a red flag. Stay away. If she's defending Megg, saying, oh my God, she deserves better, stay away from those type of women. They're getting what they deserve. This is karma for being a Jezebel. Trust on that. He's only,
Karma for being a Jezebel, he's not lying. And this is why I said point and laugh. Because for them to be saying, oh, well,
I hate to get biblically, I'm going to let her finish. But like he said, that's karma for Jezebel energy. You know? Nowhere in society are we interested in the Jezebels and the Delilahs coming up. Them was the hoes. Them was the ones that stabbed their men in the back. Right? Set them up. Megg, Samson and Delilah. Right? So when they are wondering why they're getting so much backlash, probably from men mostly, because the Jezebels ain't supposed to win, and they ain't finna win. Right? It's kind of biblical, is what I mean. It's biblical.
Stallion, the point that he made, the point that I have to highlight, Klay makes way more money than Megg.
Way.
For her to be saying, oh yeah, he's with her first, why would, logically, let's just put our pride and our ego and our emotions to the side and think about it logically. If he makes way more money than her, what is it, 300 million money? He made money.
He make at least 8 to 10. He's worth at least 8 to 10 times more than Megg Thee Stallion. I did the research. I didn't get the exact amount. His last contract was somewhere in the 9 figures. And so she ain't hit the nose of 100 million, right? She probably at 30 to 50 million. You know, depending on how well her albums do. I wouldn't even say 30. I would probably say 20 to 30. But he's worth at least 8 to 10 times her. So this idea that he needed her clout is pure fantasy.
Her. If he makes more money than her, why would he want her? Why would he need her to make him influential? She's not even in his industry. As I said earlier, it would have made sense if Klay is trying to get in the industry that Megg is in and she's so successful in her industry. So, okay, yes, let me attach myself to her so I can get some clout. But what benefits if he has the money, he has the fame, he has the skills, he has everything you need? How on earth is Megg benefiting his life because she cook a meal or two for him when this man can literally hire any kind of chef that he wants. He can even fly to any country if he wants a specific meal to that country.
You feel me?
He can get up
and
on
then you take a 9-figure nigga like that, and the best you can cook, prepare. If I was her, I would have just had it catered. Best you can prepare is catfish, spaghetti, and Hawaiian roll. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just this: if you a woman, you don't know how to prepare a plate, look online to see how to prepare a plate with proper proteins, veggies, and all that. That was a straight hooded up plate because the shit don't match. Fish and spaghetti don't go together. Right? That short order shit don't go together. Right? And so, like she said, he can hire any fucking Michelin star chef to work for him, cook for him, and here his baby come, you know what I'm saying, with some shit that you get served out the hood. Now, we all know her and Cardi B don't cook, don't clean. Let me show you how to get the ring. But when that WAP don't work, you got to know how to burn in that kitchen. Back in the day, women had pride and honor in feeding their family. They knew how to go in the kitchen. They knew how to, from scratch, right? That was, if I went into my grandmother's house and knowing that I was going to go over there and I brought in McDonald's or something, she'd be mad as fuck. She'd be cussing my mama out. You knew you was bringing them kids over here. Why come you didn't tell me to make something, blah, blah, blah? Because she took pride in nourishing her family, her kids and her grandkids. You see? That's why when a man says cook and clean, it's not just about being a maid. It's about being the backbone of health and nourishment for the family. Just like the movie Soul Food. That woman took pride in her family coming around, enjoying her meal, and it bonds the family. She realizes that. Her wisdom realized that. When I cook, my family bonds together. Women took pride in that. Now that's lost. That's slavery now. And you be trying to put on like you trying to cook, and you end up with catfish and spaghetti.
You know what? I'm going to fly to Italy today so I can have some Italian food. Yo, as a content creator said, don't argue, don't engage, point and laugh. If you missed the last video, as a content creator today said a specific meal to that country, he can get up one day and say, you know what? I'm going to fly to Italy today so I can have some Italian food. Yo, as a content creator said, don't argue, don't engage, point and laugh. If you missed the last video I did on Megg Stallion, I mean, as I said, just the fact that we're still talking about this, but we are going to talk about it because it's exposing the hyenas.
I'm gonna let my girl ride out because I want y'all to go to her page and look at her past videos on it. I'm gonna go ahead and add the original video from Marvin, look like Godly, and this video in the comments so that you guys can do some back watching and see the content that I'm reacting to. I want to make sure I give respect there. But if you dig and like my content or dig and like my commentary, say so in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss every time I go off, and get the fuck out of here.
Off at these Jezebel. Do not engage, stand from afar and laugh. The video is popped up on the screen.